testing. You have any viral or wave 2, or does that have anything to do with it?
How are you? Hope you're doing well. Y'all ready for this? I might as well use this before the batteries completely die. At least it'll put somebody in a good mood. What? Yeah. Is it unlocked? Okay. What? It's all good. What do you mean, Daniel? Anyway. Chapter 17 is where we left off last time. I know I haven't been live the past couple of days. I just haven't been myself. So yeah. Best way to learn how to be a dominatrix is by reading romance novels. Okay. Oh, speaking of which. I don't know which one this one is, but that's what I'm thinking it is. No, it's not the one I thought it was. Still cute though. I get these and I like never know what they are. Amazon is so discreet that I don't even know what the fuck it is. So this one is from Avid Love. It's like Christmas, y'all. Oh, I like this. That is super cute. I like that. Oh my gosh. And it's like satin. That's super cute. New content coming soon. Oh, and I'll have to talk to some of y'all on some other site. That's some new things that I've just found out. I might have a studio. Doms know what they want. Romance novels just give you ideas and help you choose. It's nice. It is nice to receive gifts. Yes, it is. It's very nice. And I like every single time that I open up a package, no matter what it is, whether I know it's coming or not, like it's exciting for me. I really enjoy it. I gotta put this up higher. It's killing my back hanging down like this. Yeah. Yeah, I might have a studio where I can stream on all sites. There, at least I'm not like leaning all the way down and shit. I always end up moving this around so much and it aggravates me to death. Yep, I might have a place. I want to call it a studio, but it's a place that I can go and do all of my streaming and content work there. I think that'd be kind of cool. We'll see. We'll see. I haven't fully decided on it yet. So, anyway, I hope y'all had a good weekend. Sorry I wasn't here with y'all. Aunt Flo's in town and she's being a bitch. She's being a fucking bitch. She's fucking with my hormones, making me all pissy and shit. I'm tired. I'm hurting. And I'm all like, grr. So, trying not to be that way. Trying to smile and laugh and have a good time and stuff. She's been a bitch all day. Actually, since yesterday. So now that y'all know my cycles, and I've been snacky food and snacking. Oh, this is so bad for me. Anyway. Check for extra cams, though. Yeah, there's an app that, like, you can put it on your phone, and it's part of, like, the flashlight, I think. And you can scan the room. And it'll send you, like, a blip back if there's a cam in the room. Yeah, I always have that issue with hotel rooms. It creeps me the fuck out because I have the kids with me and stuff. Ugh. Anything having to do with kids. Anything having to do with 18 and under. Mm-mm. I mean, even for me, 21 and under, to be honest with you. But whatever. It's a big no-go for me. So, I finally figured out that one outfit that I got, now that I feel like an ass. Couldn't figure out which way to put it on. I got new content up for that too. And I think I even posted one on Instagram. Yeah, because I've got to, I may end up splitting my Instagram up. My daughter went to go on, like, she opened up her Instagram the other day and it was a picture of me, or a video of me. Well, actually, that might be included in the package. So, I've been asked, like, some really weird questions in the past couple of weeks. And I'm not quite sure how I want to answer them, to be honest with you. I'm still thinking about it. So, but I've been made a bunch of offers that I'm trying to decide whether I'm weighing it out as to whether I want to do it or not. I'm leaning more on the no side. This is where you need a sub who will wear a ball gag and leather mask, who rubs your feet and kneels before you holding a beer and your favorite Chinese binge food. Wait, where is it? Okay. Oh. How does it go? Stand on one foot, hop on one foot, and bark like a dog. What the fuck movie? Coming to America. Isn't that Coming to America? I just seen the part 2 part. That shit was funny as fuck. Oh my god, I was dying laughing. Anyway. Oh, yep. So, if y'all are on my FET, you know, I'm starting to ask a bunch of questions and on my Facebook. Because I've been asked a bunch of questions recently that I don't really know the answer to. 1, does it make me money? 2, does it make me money? 3, does it make me money? 4, probably not going to happen. Probably not going to happen. Everything that I do makes me money. In some fashion. Just not enough. In that order is how I decide stuff. That's good to know. That's good to know. So I had like the weirdest question asked of me. Not weird, but like, because it's a legitimate thing. I was asked to be a dominatrix. I don't know how I feel about that. I've never done that shit before, so I don't know. I've never done that before. I don't know how I feel about it. I've learned a lot in the past 48 hours, though. That's for damn sure. Welcome. I'm trying to fix my seat, and I'm like, yep. So, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. Because I've always been the sub-type personality, and like a little bit here and there, switchy back and forth stuff, but I don't know. I feel comfortable in learning, but as far as like actually doing it, I think it's so weird. I need to record it the first time. Why am I saying this shit on here? Evie Lapine. Okay. Hold on, let me write that down. Oh, I left my good pen in the fucking truck. Well, single ball, play with them all night long. Okay. So yeah. I'm like so tired and cranky and just pissy right now. It's actually frustrated. Shit sucks. I haven't had sex all year. Except for 2 weeks in July. And I regret that. I get to go to Biltmore this next weekend, though. I'm excited about that. I'm excited. What was I doing? John Kirby, Friday night. What was I doing? Oh, I was writing it in for me to do tomorrow because I don't feel like doing it today. What even day is today? Is today the 5th? God, tomorrow's Monday and I don't even have a schedule. Oh. What have I been doing with my life? I'm such a lazy ass. Alright. Evie Lupine. No, honey, I'm not married. I'm long since divorced, baby. Long since divorced. Very, very ridiculously single. Like, ridiculously single. I'm honestly at the point now where, like, I don't even want to tell anybody anymore. I just want them to assume that I'm married. Because what's the point in even trying, you know? Like, what really is the point in even trying anymore if all that people want is just sex? That's it. I don't want to hit it and quit it situation. You said YouTube, right? Yeah. If I don't have to have sex with you and you're gonna fucking pay me, oh, fuck it. Go ahead. I'm gonna ask for $1,000 an hour. Krampusnacht. Soba hug? Yeah, honey, I'm not married. My day was very long. I'm kind of exhausted, to be honest with you. Just done with life in general. I'm at that point where I'm just like, I don't even fucking care anymore. Like, I really don't care. I just want to go to bed. I don't want to be in pain anymore. I don't want to have to deal with bullshit of like society anymore. I just want to be on 100 acres in the middle of fucking nowhere. Actually, I gotta be careful of saying that because Lord knows. Lord's got miracles, man. I tell you what, one way or another. Positive or negative. Whatever Lord you believe in. Or don't believe in. Either way. How was your day? Soba hug? I'm not all like happy-go-lucky today. I'm on my fucking period and it sucks. I thought when they tied your tubes that they would take out the part that like you have the period from. I know y'all are just like, what is she talking about? So yeah, I know, right? Me too. I was thinking like the middle of the desert, but yeah, same concept. But or the middle of like the woods in the middle of nowhere. Like thousands of miles away from everything. I don't know. That would be kind of scary for me. I mean, I like the woods, but not like that. Like suicide woods or some shit. That would be scary as fuck. Oh my god, I'd be traumatized for the rest of my life. You're live, Monster Jam? Then what are you doing over here? Hey. I leave you up on my auto stream, I think. I gotta go back and double check. If I'm not live, y'all go to my page and see if it's auto streaming. Yes. Lack of sex does it also. And it's been all fucking year. I'm ready to like... I was ready to snap in the fucking store today. I was ready to snap. And I better not go to any kind of holiday shopping and somebody run into me with their cart. Because they're going to get all of it. I don't even care. Talk to you after live? Okay, if I'm still here, honey, I'm a medical student and we were taught that it's just a myth that women are more annoying on their periods. Anybody has any kind of pain, even a low, dull pain over an extended period of time, your patience lowers. I don't care who you are. I don't give a fuck who you are. You have an annoying ass fucking pain that doesn't go away. It does not go away and it just gets worse. And it like decides to come whenever the fuck it wants to. And you have no control over it whatsoever. That person's gonna be a little pissy. I'm just saying. And on top of that, I haven't had sex all year. So it's like true. Yeah. So fuck the whole medical field. I'm just kidding. Who told you that shit anyways? You didn't know periods were painful? Now you know. Not for everybody. Some people are blessed, like I used to be. 3-day period, and I was done. I didn't feel anything. Just happened, and it was over. Just as quick as it came. And it was awesome. I loved it. It was great. And then I had kids, and then I had my tubes tied, and then it's been nothing but fucking hell. But since then, like, take the shit. Like, why do I even have to have it anymore? I'm 40 years old. I don't have to have my period anymore. I'm not going to have any kids anytime soon. Like, ever again in my entire life. In my entire existence, I'm never having kids again. So why the fuck do I need a goddamn period? So as a medical student, please answer that question. They also have specific cravings because your body is lacking. But hearing this makes me feel happy to be a guy. Wow. Wait. Just wait. Let me put a taser to your balls. And let me just... no, I'm just kidding. Click. Yeah. I'm just joking. Don't do that. Don't ever tase your balls. Please don't. This whole generation does like the dumbest shit. So my luck, somebody would do that. If you do want kids, you could try IVF or adoption. I adopted twice already. I had 2 C-section and 2 natural births. So I have 6 kids. And I also lost 2. So technically I have 8. And I was just talking about that with my parents the other day. They're saying something about me worrying about having a kid or something. I have no idea what the hell they were talking about. But I said, if I really wanted to, I could have more kids. I can go and get my tubes untied, or I can have in vitro. But I'm personally like, I'm not going to do that. So, He-Man, She-Ra on the rag. And since I've had the wreck, it's like way worse. Way worse, and it sucks. Become an evil bitch. Like, I have no patience at all. I had like a mini panic attack in the store. Who's snooping? It's hilarious and accurate. What?
I want my box.
You can have your box. I threw some more of your stuff in there, by the way. I don't think I'm gonna be able to fit in that. If you barely fit in it, I'm not fitting in it. And what the heck did you do to your hairline?
Picked it up.
Clearly.
Yeah. I need help.
Tell Bubba to come out here. He's in a mood. Just let him get some frustration out on it.
Not on my shit.
Just carrying it, I mean. She should have known to bring him out here with you in the first place. Hell, you don't even have to come back out here. Just tell him to come and get it. He's been on a rampage. Anyway. Oh, hold on. Chepieski. Y'all check out that link. That's He-Man and She-Ra on their period. My 3 viewers went away very quickly after that conversation. They're like, what the fuck are we watching? This chick's talking about periods. Does she even want any viewers? Oh, I need to check Facebook. Thank you for sending it to me via the link, Cliff. All right, where are we at here? Turn the volume down. Volume down. Hey, David. Hello, Lee. I was actually going to name... Okay, so my daughter, who is the twin, who's Sissy. Y'all know her as Sissy. She was a twin. Didn't know that until I gave birth to 2 water sacks, basically. But when picking out her name, my, at the time, husband was wanting the middle name to be Lee, like his middle name. And I was like, well, we can't pick Lee. He's like, why? I was like, because I picked Aurora. And imagine yelling her name out. I said I would sound like a fucking crazy ass Oriental lady. I said, imagine being pissed off. And this is how you name your kids. You got to get really angry and say their first, middle, and last name. Really pissed off. And if it doesn't give that sound, then you know you didn't name them right. So I said, imagine standing on the front porch, yelling out to your kid, and you hear some woman here, or you're walking by and you hear some woman yelling out, Arani! Arani! Oh, this shit was so fucking funny. I was like, I can't torture my kid like that. I can't. We didn't name her Aurora Lee. And then I was like, oh, you might as well just go ahead and name her Sarah Lee. Just go ahead and name her Sarah Lee. So that way she can permanently get tortured for the rest of her life. But yeah, we were going to name her Aurora Lee. People don't know how to close doors around here, and it's starting to really piss me off. Just saying.
Hello.
Oh, she sent you. In your dragon slippers.
It's Charizard, and he's only a dragon type one.
Charizard.
He's only a dragon type when he mega evolves.
And now
Anjo owes me a pair of earrings for having to carry 3 boxes in for her.
That's just 1 box, bro. And how you go open the door now?
This is 3 out of 4. This is 3. This is the 3rd one that I've had to carry for her.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
She owes
Whatever
me
will you
earrings.
do? Open the door first, genius. Or do it the hard way. I love being a parent and sitting here and watching my children struggle because they don't want to listen to me when I tell them things.
Okay, it's open. Not anymore.
You need assistance.
Nope, I've got it. Move!
As you tear everything down in the process.
It untied. I'll come back and fix it.
Mm-hmm. And all you had to do was one thing. The number one rule of the house.
What?
It's been the number one rule of the house for your entire existence.
What? Say no?
Well, just I know is on that list, but
What? I have a memory of a goldfish cracker.
you just did it.
Open the door first.
Ask. Or be stubborn as fuck and fall out the camper on top of the box.
Ow.
Pinch your fingers in the process. This is how stubborn my family is.
How did she get this in here?
I want y'all to see this. Do you see what I have to deal with on a daily basis? Literally.
The only reason you have to deal with this
It's because I had y'all.
Yeah.
Y'all. And I decided to keep y'all. Because I love y'all.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I don't love this shit.
We're just chronically stupid.
No, you're not stupid at all. He tested out of the state. Don't let him fucking lie to you.
I'm chronically stupid.
Common sense? Maybe not so much. When you fall out because you're wearing fucking sandals. Oh my god. I'll end it by the emergency room.
I didn't need to ask anyone.
I'm just waiting for him to fall. Good job. You see what I have to deal with on a daily basis? Like, for real, for real. All you had to do is ask me, hey, Mom, can you help me with this? Can you open the door for me? Can you hold the door open for me? That's it. That's all you gotta do. Just ask a question. Because I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna wait and see if you're gonna ask me. I'll be more than happy to help. Anyway, so I feel like that Kermit the Frog meme right now, but that's none of my business. While drinking my tea. Lee, you made it to a live? Awesome sauce. Well, unfortunately, you're coming in at the 17th chapter of the book, so sorry, bro. So yeah. The conversations that we have during these live streams are so random. When I've dropped a box of Oreos earlier, I was so mad. Anyway, all right, enough with the nonsense. We got shit to do. So, oh, you know what? I'm stupid. There we go. That's better. Hey, Les, how are you? Hope you're having a good night. You know what? I might just do something special for y'all tonight. I'm probably going to get banned, and I really don't even care at this point because I can't seem to get anywhere with this freaking company. Oh. Hope y'all had a good day. No, you ain't coming in here no more. What do you want?
I said I was going to come in here and fix it.
I wasn't talking about that. I was talking about you asking for assistance trying to get the door open. Monsieur. I can do that myself, because now you're going to have to go back at it again.
I know.
I got it, Bo.
It's fixed.
Okay, love you. Cocoa after school. If it's cold. All right, go. I'm not live on stream.
Mama,
Whatever, I love you.
love you.
Stop being a stubborn ass.
Not being stubborn. It's all like acting.
R2. Oh, my Lord. Y'all just gotta have a little bit of patience with me for a moment. While I figure this thing out. Real quick. Yep. Hold on, I'll be right there. Y'all are probably like, what the hell is she doing? She's not even on live stream. Gosh. People have no patience at all anymore. I know I don't. Hope y'all had a good day. Had a good weekend, safe, and ready for Monday tomorrow morning. I know, sure as shit I ain't. See if I can make this work, I guess. I don't know how well it's going to work, but it's going to work as good as it's going to get. And lots of wires. You ready? I feel so awkward doing this right now. And Merry Christmas! Yep. Yep. I did it. So, yeah. Figured you'd like that. Merry Christmas. All right. Oh, lordy, 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 lordy. Oh, that's what I was going to do. Woo! Yeah. If you're interested. There you go. There you go. You're welcome. I have to keep the under part on because it's really see-through. Merry Christmas. Yes. This is my Merry Christmas gift. So yeah. All right. You ready for me to read now that I'm 38 minutes in? I'm glad too. I had this shit all upside down, y'all. I legit had it all kinds of upside down. If you go back to the stream where I unpackaged it, it was a mess. I was ridiculous. I feel like I should have my hair up for some reason. I don't know. No, whatever. Anyway, not like I have a whole lot of it to be up anyway, but I used to. I used to have really long hair. All right. Chapter 17. Stop peering at me like that, Diagons hissed. What? Sylvan bristled. I'm not allowed to look at my own son. You're looking at me as if you're expecting me to sprout wings, a forked tail, and cloven hoofs. No matter that, he was feeling as if he might. Since the moment he'd come through the stones, since the moment the 13 had found their voices, he'd known that the battle betwixt them had moved into a new and much more dangerous arena. The ancients within him had been fed pure power, and he'd opened a bridge through time. Really long hair is virginal and always gets caught up in your maidenhead. I'll be honest with you, hair gets everywhere, whether you like it or not. Everywhere, especially mine. I shed worse than a damn dog does in this wintertime. Or summertime. Yep. So. Alright. With an immense effort of will, he shuddered, closed, tightened himself, and projected pretense that all was well and fine. Using magic to conceal his darkness was an erogenous error, and he knew it, feeding precisely which he endeavored to hide. And he had to do it. He dare not let Sylvan see him clearly at the moment. He needed to search the Kelter library, and if Sylvan felt him now, God only knew what he'd do. Certainly not wave him into the inner sanctum of Kelter lore. Sylvan looked startled. It's shapeshift in one of their arts. Is shapeshift in one of their arts? He inquired, evincing utter fascination. Typical Sylvan, Digus thought darkly, curiosity exceeding caution. He worried a time or two that Sylvan might one day be tempted to dabble in the black arts himself, out of not more than driving curiosity. His father and Chloe shared that, an insatiable need to know. Nay, and you're still doing it, Digus said coldly. I'm merely curious about the extent of your power, Sylvan sniffed, affecting an unassumed expression. With such piercing intelligence in his gaze, it was far from convincing. Well, do not be poking at it. Oh, the ancients within him were growing more aggressive. Sensing Sylvan's power, they were trying to reach for it, for him. Sylvan was far richer fodder than Justin. He'd always had a stronger center than his sons. His father was also adept in the art of deep listening that Digus had never managed to perfect, a meditative regard that peeling away lies, exposing the bare bones of the truth. 'Twas why the hopeless he'd glimpsed in his Da's eyes gaze, the eve he fled had fashed him so. He'd been afraid Sylvan had seen something he himself couldn't see, and wouldn't want to. And it was why now he was using all his will both to keep them in and his father out. I ken it, lad, Sylvan said, sounding suddenly weary. You've changed since I last saw you. Digus said nothing. He managed to avoid looking directly into his father's gaze, since at the moment Chloe had fainted, taking only cursory glances betwixt the heightened awareness of the 13 and the sexual storm that was raging hot and unsated inside of him. He wasn't about to look him in the eyes. When he carried Chloe above stairs to his bedchamber, tucked her into bed, and whispered a soft sleep spell over her so she would rest easy through the night, Sylvan had followed him, and Digus had felt his measuring regard hammering at the back of his skull. He'd nearly not been able to let go of her. And though he'd not look at his father, he'd been grateful for his presence. For it had been a short week of the For it had made short work of the dark thoughts he'd been having about bringing her only partially awake and... Look at me, son, he said, in a low voice, implacable. Digus turned slowly, careful not to meet his gaze. He took measured breaths, one after the other. His father was standing in front of the hearth, his hands buried in the folds of his cobalt robe. In the soft light of dozens of tapers and oil globes, his white hair was a halo about his wrinkled face. Digus knew the origin of each line, the grooves in his cheeks that had appeared shortly after the mother had died, when he and Justin had been lads of 15. The wide creases on his forehead had been worn into his skin by constant raising of his brows as he pondered the mysteries of the world and the stars beyond it. The lines bracketing his mouth were from smiling or frowning, never weeping. Stoic bastard, Daigus thought suddenly. No one wept in Castle Kelter. No one knew how, except mayhap Sylvan's second wife, and Daigus' next mother, Nell. Thank you, Fiery Ocean. Sylvan felt the temperature of the air shift beneath his kilt. The 13 within Daigus were concentrating on the will upon his manhood, and the auras were cold beneath Sylvan's palm. Aye, you not swim up my stuff for power like the Amazonian baby. Daigus is just to kill two, knowing full well what it felt like. Oh my god. You're a trip. You're a trip, I swear to God. But thank you, Fiery Ocean. I appreciate that. The lines feathering Sylvan's deep brown eyes, winging upward at the outer edges, were from squinting in low light as he labored over his work. Sylvan was a fine scribe, possessing an enviable, steady hand, and had devoured himself to recopying with exquisitely embellished carpet pages. Might have to look that up. I don't know. The older tombs whose ink had faded over time. When he'd been a lad, Daigus had thought his Da had the whitest eyes that he had ever seen, full of special, secret knowledge. He realized he still thought that. His Da had never been toppled from his pedestal. His gut clenched. Mayhap Sylvan had never fallen, but he certainly had. Go ahead, he said tightly. Roar at me. Tell me how I failed you. Tell me how I've been naught but a disappointment. Remind me of my oaths. Throw me out if you're mine too, but I've no time to waste. Sylvan's head jerked in sharp negation. Tell me, Da. Tell me how Dristan never would have done such a thing. Tell me how you truly wish me to be telling you that your brother is less of a man than you. Sylvan cut him off, his voice low and carefully measured. You need to be hearing me say that? Daigus stopped speaking, his mouth ajar. What? He hissed. My brother is not less of a... You gave your life for your brother, Daigus. And you ask your father to condemn you for that. Sylvan's voice broke on the words. Much to Daigus' horror, his Da crumpled. His shoulders bowed. His lean frame jerked. Suddenly, his eyes were glistening with tears. Oh, Christ, Daigus cursed silently, bearing down hard on himself. He dare not weep. No cracks. Cracks would become crevices, and crevices canyons. Canyons a man could get lost in. And that is the problem with society today. In those few little words that were just said, defines an entire nation, entire world. Men, you are no less of a man if you have emotions. We're all human. I thought I'd never see you again, Sylvan's words echoed starkly in the stone hall. Duh, he said roughly. Yell at me. Berate me. For the love of Christ, scream at me. Oh, I can't. Sylvan's wrinkled cheeks were wet with tears. He skirted the table and grabbed him, hugging him fiercely, pounding him on the back, and weeping. Daniel, write your own damn book. Hold on. I'll let y'all read it. I'm not going to read it. Y'all read it. Y'all better be careful what you put in my comment box because I will throw it up there. If Diogenes lived to be 100, he would never wanted to see his father weep again. It was some time later that Nell had appeared, and the whole awful matter of tears had been repeated. After she'd bustled about preparing a light repast, after she'd retired again to check on the wee brothers, the conversation turned to a grim purpose of why he'd returned. Speaking in brisk, detached tones, Diogenes updated Sylvan on all that had transpired since he'd last seen him. He told them how he'd gone to America and searched for the texts, only to finally admit that he was going to have to ask Justin for help. Where was I? Oh my gosh. He told him of a strange attack on Chloe and of the Jagar. He told them that he discovered the text about the Tuatha De Danann and had disappeared, and that it seemed intentional. Sylvan frowned at that. Tell me, lad, did Justin check beneath the slab? Beneath the slab in the tower? The one on which he slumbered? Aye. Though to date I've put but 2 texts there, I've been planning to find all I could that may be of help and seal them away beneath it. In anticipation of that, if I left clear instructions for Justin to look there. Diogenes closed his eyes and shook his head. Had this trip been unnecessary? Might he have avoided all of it? Probably. In a few more years, it was quite likely that Sylvan would have gathered up every tomb he'd been searching for and tucked them beneath the slab. They'd been there in the 21st century the whole time. Where were the instructions? In the letter you left for him? Aye. The same letter in which you told him that I'd done what I'd done? Sylvan nodded again. Did you spell it out or say something cryptic, duh? Knowing his father, it had been cryptic. Sylvan scowled. I said, I left some things for you beneath the slab. How much clearer can a man be? Much more, because apparently Justin never looked. 'Tis my guess who was so distraught by the news your missive contained that he crumpled the letter and threw it away. From the way you worded it, like as not, he thought you'd left mementos or some such trifles. Gosh. I've been coughing a lot today. I don't know why. I better not be getting COVID back, man. I'll tell you what. Oh, I'll be mad. Damn Decepticons showing up. Shit. So yeah. Anyway. How much clearer must the man be? Much more, apparently, from what you were in the trifles. Okay. Sylvan looked sheepish. I hadn't thought of that. You said you'd been searching for the tombs. Have you discovered anything yet? A wary expression flickered across his father's features. Oi, I've been looking, but 'tis slow work. The older texts are much more difficult to read. There are no uniformity in the spelling, and oft-times they had little grasp of the alphabet. What about... Enough about the text for now, Sylvan cut him off. There'll be time enough on the morrow. Tell me of your last son. I must confess, I was surprised to see you bring a wee woman with you. Diagus's heartbeat quickened, and his veins were filled with a peculiar icy heat. His lass? His? Though she seemed to be having a hard time fathoming your use of the stones in the bridge betwixt the centuries, I sensed a strong will and fiery mind. I suspect she'll come around without too much fuss. 'Tis my belief as well. You haven't told her what's wrong with you, have you? Nay, I do not be telling her. I'll tell her when the time is right. As if there would ever be a right time. Time was his enemy now, and never before. A silence fell then, an awkward, ponderous silence filled with questions, but too few answers, rife with unspoken worries. Oh, son, Sylvan said finally, it was killing me, not knowing what had become of you. 'Tis glad I am you've returned. We'll find a way, I promise. I'm going to cut off at 11:30, just so you guys know. Later, Sylvan pondered that promise ruefully. He paced, he grumbled, he cursed. Only after Diagus had returned above stairs, and the wee hours of the morn had filled his weary bones with disenchantment. By American, he was 65, too old for such doings. Did he admit that by now he should have something to show for his work? He'd not been entirely forthright with Diagus. I may end up having to cut it short. Having a conversation. He'd been devouring the old text since the night Diagus had confessed and fled. Oddly, though, he'd damned near torn the castle apart. He couldn't find any documents predating the 1st century, and he knew that once had many. They were referenced in many of his texts in the Tower Library. Yet he couldn't find the blithering things. And granted, the castle was enormous, but one would think one could keep track of his own library. According to the legends, they had the original compact that had been sealed betwixt the race of man and the fairy. Somewhere. God only knew where. How could they not know? Because, he answered himself, wryly, when so much time passes, the tale becomes far removed from its origination. It loses much of its reality. Holds true for most things. Somebody's having fun with fireworks or live ammunition tonight. I don't know. To the family that lived down the street from me, whoever passed away, may they rest in peace. Went past there the other night. And there was tons of police officers outside, and there was candles lit. So, though he dutifully told his sons the Celtic legends, he privately thought that the tales from the millennia past were surely embellished a bit, possibly a fabrication creation myth of sorts. to explain away the Celter's unusual abilities. Though he obeyed his oaths, a part of his mind had never fully believed. His daily purposes had been purpose enough. The Druids' rituals marking the seasons, the care of the villagers in Balanoch, the education of his sons and his own studies. He hadn't needed believe all the rest of it. The sad truth was, not even he'd really believed that there was some form of, I am too. Some form of ancient evil in the in-between. How much we've forgotten and lost, he brooded. He's scarce given to the legendary race that had allegedly set the Celter on their course. Not until his son had gone and broken the oath, thus violating an alleged compact whose existence had become far more myth than reality. Well, he brooded darkly, now at least we know the old legends are true. Little comfort, that. Nay, his search had failed and unearthed even an iota of useful information. Indeed, he'd begun to fear that the Celter had been unforgivably careless in their guardianship of the old lore, and Diagis's broken oath was merely one more failing in a long list of failings. He suspected they'd quit believing centuries ago. Pushing away the mantle of a power that exacted too much high of a price. For generations, the Celter men had been growing increasingly morose, weary of protecting the secret of the stones, weary of hiding away in the hills and being regarded with fear, weary of being so damn different. As the dark ages gave way to lighter ones, so too did the Celter seem to wish to lay down the burden of their past. His son thought he'd failed, but Sylvan knew better. They'd all failed. On the morrow they would sit down with the ancient writings and search anew. Sylvan hadn't the heart to tell his son that they nearly finished searching, and if there was some answers to be found in them, he was too dense to discern it. His eyes narrowed and his thoughts turned to the wee lass his son had brought with him. When the storm had wakened him, the storm of the likes of which he had heard about a few times before, he'd rushed outside, praying 'twas Diagis's return. It had taken some time for the fog to clear, and though he called out, Diagis had not replied. When the fog had lifted, Sylvan had understood why. In Sylvan's estimation, 'twas the last that might yet prove to be their finest hope. For so long as his son loved her, as he did, though he knew it not himself, well, evil doesn't love. Evil tried to seduce and possess and conquer, but it didn't feel for the object of its desire. So long as love was alive in Diagis, they had a toehold, however small. Oh, he and the lass were going to become close, Sylvan decided. She was going to learn about the young Diagis who had once strolled these heathery hills, nurturing the earth and healing the wee beasties. The gentle Diagis with the wild heart. He and Nellie would see to it. Diagis's gifts had always leaned towards the healing arts, and now he was in need of healing himself. 15 minutes. If the lass didn't already love his son, he'd not had sufficient chance to probe her. He would do all of his power to win her for him. Do not poke at them, Diagis had warned him bitterly, meaning the ancient evil within him. But Sylvan had poked. Sylvan always poked. And despite the barriers his son had erected, buffering it a bit, it had poked back, and Sylvan was, quite simply, horrified by what was growing inside of Diagis. I know I'm dreaming. Chapter 18. I know I'm dreaming, Chloe announced conversationally the next morning as she descended the stairs of the great hall. She slipped into a chair, joining Sylvan, Diagis, and a woman she'd not met yet, or dreamed about, for breakfast. 3 pairs of eyes regarded her expectantly, and heartened by the attention, she continued. I know I didn't just use the equivalent of a little outhouse upstairs in a closet. With straw for toilet paper, no less. And I know I'm not really wearing a gown. I'm certainly not wearing, peering down at her toes, beribboned little satin slippers. Straightening in her chair, she scooped a spoon of jam from a dish. And I know that this strawberry jam is just a figment of... Ew, what is this? Her lips puckered. Tomato preserves, my dear. The man who'd been identified to her earlier in the dream as Sylvan replied mildly with a smile he tried to hide. Not good, Chloe thought. In a dream, the dreamer controlled how things tasted. She sat there and ate what she thought was strawberry preserves, and it's tomato paste. Ugh. Could you imagine your mind thinking that it's going to taste one way, and it ends up being something completely different? I like doing that stuff at food tasting places and stuff. The ones where they make them shaped funny and stuff. I like those. There's a restaurant that you go to in I think it's in New York City. It's completely dark. Completely dark. You have no idea what you're eating. I don't know. I like the idea of not being in control of how things taste. Sometimes. Because sometimes, you'll go to try something new, and it's, mind-blowing. I like that. But, yeah, anything my mom ever gives me. She hands me a spoon and says, here, try this. I'm just like, oh, my God, please don't kill. I hope this goes away quickly. My mom used to bitch about my cooking, but she's way worse than I am. At least I go by the recipe. Kind of. I mean, there's some things that I wouldn't mind controlling how it tasted. That would be awesome. Like tonight, I think I'll have Boston cream. And texture. Taste and texture. And smell. Oof. We walked through the meat section today in Walmart. And there must have been a bad package in one of them mugs because, oh my goodness, it smelled so bad in there. Oh, it smelled so bad in there. Walmart Statesville, get on your shit. Your meat department smells worse than a fucking corner lady. Here, drink this pineapple juice and eat this banana. Is it true? I know highly acidic stuff helps, but lots of fluids, exercising is most 80% your diet. But yeah. Oh, exercise and stuff. Which I don't do any of that shit. Probably another reason why I'm still single. Exercise 1 time a week. So any of you gym buffs want to come here and work me out? Oh wait, I mean work out with me, something like that. So for men, pineapple juice. For women, kimchi. Kimchi. It already is. Why would I need kimchi? What the fuck even is? Isn't that cabbage? Is it kimchi cabbage? When I was pregnant, they made us put cabbage on my boobs because I was so engorged. Oh my God, I was out to here. What? Yes. Don't come in here. I mean, not like it's any different. Bumps the pH to proper levels. Makes you yummy. Good to know. I don't think I even like kimchi, do I? I don't think I've ever had it. I know I had something that was like buried in the ground for a year. If that's the same thing, I don't know. It's like cabbage. It was buried in the ground in a mason jar for a year. Poof. Stuff was nasty. They opened it and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is in that jar? I'll look into that kimchi stuff. Ginger in it? In it? I'm not sticking any food stuff in it. No. Mm-mm. Nope. Not happening. I don't even understand why women use cucumbers and fucking carrots and shit. I really don't get that. Like, at all. At all. You got 5 minutes. I'm doing a short one tonight. I noticed my algorithm is way the fuck off, and I'm pissed about it. So that's another reason why I'm a little perturbed. She'd been thinking sweet strawberry jam and got a nasty unsweetened vegetable. More proof, she thought dismally, as if she had needed it, the glance about the table for something to drink. Daiga slid a mug of creamy milk across the table to... Have you ever had straight milk, like directly from the cow? Just about before it's been processed with the fucking thick shit on the top of it? Oh my god, I'm gonna puke everywhere. I don't... Like, penetration stuff is not on my priority list right now. Tomatoes are fruit. She's still got fruit, not a vegetable. I know that, but this person didn't know that, so... Just saying. If it has seeds, it's a fruit. I'm gonna get y'all in the Christmas spirit. Let me get some tassels. I am 240 pounds of... Just call me Miss Thickums or some shit. What are these? I'm curious now. Daiga slid a mug of creamy milk. She drank deeply and peeking over him over the rim. She had erotic dreams about him all night, frighteningly intense dreams in which he took her in every way it was possible for a man to take a woman, and she loved every minute of it. He had awakened feeling all soft and kittenish, nearly purring. His black hair was pulled back from his sculpted face in a loose braid. He wore an unlaced linen shirt that revealed a sinful expanse of golden muscled chest. Big, beautiful man. Sexy, scary man. Chloe wasn't stupid. She knew that she wasn't dreaming. A part of her had acknowledged that last night, or she would have fainted. That, in a strange way, seemed proof in itself. Dreaming mind fainting from the reality of its own dream. An already unconscious mind slipping into unconsciousness. Multiverse. Inception. So she could get tangled up in the thought that if she pondered in it too long. Upon awakening this morning, she'd wandered the room on the upper floor, scurrying down corridors, peeking into chambers and out windows, piercing together bits of information. She touched, peered, shaken, even broken a few minor things that she deemed replaceable as a part of her examination. All of it, the textures, the scents, tastes, were simply too tangible to be a figment of her unconscious mind. Furthermore, dreams had narrow focuses. They didn't come complete with periphery guards and servants and going about their duties she never conceived of, beyond the windows. She was in Maggie McKelter's castle, but not quite that castle. There were additions missing, an entire wing not yet constructed, furniture that hadn't been there yet yesterday, more furniture that was missing today, so nothing at all of the new people. All to all appearances, impossible though it was to fathom, it was Maggie's castle nearly 5 centuries ago. I'm going to leave it there. There's like a whole bunch of stuff left. What's this that you sent me? Hold on. Hey, Charles. How are you? Chad Fox. I hope you had a good evening out with your lady friend. Lee, best Christmas present ever. Yeah, if you guys are interested in sending me anything, my P.O. Box is 5923, Statesville, North Carolina, 28687. So P.O. Box 5923, Statesville, Carolina, 28687. Yeah, I want to say that's right. 28687. Wait. Before you go, I want to see what you sent me. What was this? Compilation of sexiness? Oh, no, it's just all the stuff that you said. I love you, yes. Fuck you in the ass without lube. Look for us 3 days hence. Know of our approach when you sent my spicy man musk on the east wing at dusk. It isn't boring, but this is why God made ball gags and handcuffs. I didn't fuck her. I kicked her in the pussy. Eve Ripe, 2021. The popcorn tumbled down in the lily-white crevice of her bosom. The salt left behind glistened in the firelight like stars reflecting on a milky pool. I'm telling you, you need to make your own book. The one with the lollipop is your favorite? Hold on. It isn't boring, but this is why God made ball gags and handcuffs. That's funny. You're a trip. That's awesome. Anyways, y'all have a good evening. Yes, I'm cutting it short tonight. I have a conversation that I need to have. So, hope y'all have a good evening. I hope you enjoyed lingerie for this evening. The lingerie. There. I can't even get it to pull down far enough because I don't have it on properly, as usual. So, yes, cheers. I hope y'all have a wonderful night. Tomorrow I'll start back streaming regular time, I guess. And we'll kind of go from there. We'll see. I haven't been feeling myself and I was busy yesterday, so fun times. So y'all have a wonderful evening, and I'll be on I should be back on my regular schedule tomorrow, so yay, fun. Y'all have a wonderful night, and until I see you guys again, make sure you behave for me.